Did you guys see the clip on Conor McGregor? Oh, this was incredible for a number of reasons. Have you ever had a near-death experience? It will change your life. It will change your life. Now, don't say yes if you were scared. Or at least don't say yes if you were just scared. A near-death experience is something very different. It's where something happens. It's in front of you. It happened where you were supposed to be or you were just about to be. And had you been there, you would be dead. Not you'd be hurt. Not you'd be uncomfortable. You'd be dead. That's a near-death experience. And I have had one. And it does change you. But Conor had his today. It's a very different time. Some of you folks that younger than me, you can't relate. We didn't all used to have cameras. A camera was a rare thing. The only place that had cameras was a bank. That's it. I mean, now you got them at people's front doors. Everybody's holding one on their phone. I got 3 all on one device over here. But that's a new thing. So the point is the way that Conor could document it, particularly in the moment, where his breathing, where his breath, where his mind, where his reality. It was really a fascinating thing. But guys, did you see this? Conor's riding his bike. Guy comes from behind him. Boom, right through him. Not he bumped him and Conor wrecked. The guy went through him. Went over the bicycle. Well, why did he go over Conor? Because when he hit Conor, it sent Conor in a direction of which Conor credited his judo and wrestling. And I know what that means. There's a way to fall. You have to know how to fall, though. And it's hard. It takes a lot of work. Judo, wrestling, all these martial arts will all start with gymnastics. Everything will start, every practice you will start with a level of gymnastics, 4 rolls, diving 4 rolls, as simple as that might sound. It's so that you know how to fall. When your body's in the air and it's coming down, which gravity's going to do, how are you going to hit the ground? And Conor credited his martial arts with him knowing how to fall. I just wanted to explain that to you guys because it's a very amazing thing. Conor said, guy didn't see me. You know, it's broad daylight. If I was to guess the time of day, it was 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't know the time of day, but now you guys know how much light is out. Perfectly well lit, sunny day. But it was relevant because the guy didn't see him. The glare, you get that sun glare. There was a glare in the guy's eyes. He kept trying to get through it. Went right over Conor. Really, what an experience. And Conor was so rattled, you guys. He was so rattled that I did not believe it was Conor because it didn't sound like him. It sounded like somebody attempting to impersonate Conor. We've seen that for years, right? Got that guy out there that does an excellent Conor McGregor. Called Michael Bisping and pranked him, but he's really good. It didn't sound like Conor. But that was the despair. That was the surprise in his voice, and ultimately he turns the camera and you see him, and he's got some scrapes and bruises. Now, guess what Conor did? In this moment. Well, what are his options, guys? What would have you done if somebody ran you over? Now, the guy stopped. The guy tried to make it right. That's the sincerity of, hey, I did not see you. But what would you do? Would you be calm? Would you be thanking God like Conor did, or would you be blaming the guy that hit you? I don't know that anybody would judge you or tell you were wrong either way. I'm just suggesting for a moment, just that, what would you do? Because you want to know what Conor did? He told the guy, it's all good. Safe travels, be on about your way. Now, he said it to him pretty tired, and he said it to him in that voice that I told you I didn't quite recognize. But he forgave the man instantly, almost to the point where he wanted to make the guy feel okay. The guy was in a bigger shock than Conor. It broke the guy's heart that he hurt somebody's bike, that he almost injured somebody. And you could tell it. You could tell, at least in this moment, you're dealing with a kind person. And Conor went as far as to reassure and make him feel okay. I just thought that was an incredible thing. I really did. And that's where you're going to see the real Conor. I mean, not for nothing. I was never really happy with the portrayal of Conor post-Dustin Poirier Part 3. He was broken. He's on the ground. He calls over Joe Rogan, who gets on the ground. And Joe has an open rule. I don't interview guys when they're knocked out. I don't interview when they're down, when they're TKO'd. He broke the rule because Conor insisted and called him over. He then continued to entertain the audience until the final bell. for the story to be written any other way, then you've got a true professional that is going to live the gimmick until the final camera shuts off, I thought was unfair. Now, I could also be a sucker, and I could be wrong. For sure I could be. A lot of you think that I am. I myself know that I might be. But, for sure I'm not wrong, and none of you think that I am. The video today, after a near-death experience, where Conor did not beat, he did not scold, he did not curse at, he did not want information or money from a fellow neighbor. If you're riding your bike, I gotta assume you're fairly close to house. Fellow citizen, a potential fan. Someone's son, probably father and husband. And Conor just wanted him to have safe travels and get on about his way. That was the real Conor McGregor. You can bet on that. That wasn't at all it, Ryan. I stayed on the Conor because I saw the time and didn't go to my own story. I pulled into Starbucks. This is last Friday. I got a big truck, and a big truck was already there. It was the same truck, except it was a Dodge, and it was the four-door, the full size, the whole bit. And our mirrors stick out, and I know that. As I was pulling in, I even looked at the mirrors, and I looked at his, and decided I could do it. So I couldn't do it. My mirror whacks his mirror. Now, I'm going about 0 miles an hour, because I'm pulling to a parking spot. He's in his truck, and he throws both hands up, and he can't bring them down. Like, they just stay, and I'm in my truck, and I do the whole, sorry. I'm making the faces at him. He can't bring, the hands are up, then he finally got control of himself, and then he threw them back up again. He threw them up again, so I roll my window down, and I grab the mirror, and I just pull it in. Well, the time I do this, he's jumped out, he's ran between, now he's right here. Now he's pinched in between. Obviously, we're close with the mirrors hit, and now he's even in between that. And I said, man, I'm sorry about that. I said, I even saw you. I thought I had room. And he's pointing at the mirror. He's looking at me like he can't even get his words together. Can't even get them together. He's so confused. And I said to him after the sorries, I said, would you like to exchange information? Now, there's a rule whether you get this or not with truck guys. If you're a truck guy, he's a truck, no, you don't exchange information. He's already broken the deal by throwing his hands up and even getting out of the rig. This is where now I said, you want information? As the way for him to go, no, of course not. He said, yeah. So I get out to give him the info, and I said, by the way, friend, where are you from? Because this would not happen to me in Westland, Oregon. It just wouldn't. And he said, well, I'm California. And I said, well, welcome to town. I hope this isn't your only experience. And he goes, well, I'm headed to Florida. It's a long story. I said, well, I hope you make it there safely. So anyway, he got the info, but he did call me back. It turned out it buffed out. But he did ask me in the future to please be more careful.